welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be reviewing and demonstrating some products from Jane Iredale. And before I get started, I just wanted to let you guys know my lighting sucks today. I am so sorry. The fall season has officially hit Salt Lake City, so please bear with me. I have absolutely no sunshine to work with today, so it is a little dark. I'm so sorry. I hope you guys enjoyed this video anyways, and let's get into it. So Jane Iredale is a high-end, luxurious, mineral-based cosmetic line. It is a little bit more on the higher price, but you are getting more luxurious quality along with that. So this brand is a mineral-based cosmetic line, and they actually refer to themselves as the skincare makeup. So they are a very healthy brand, so that's going to be great for anyone who's trying to use more natural ingredients or just more healthy ingredients, and it's going to be perfect for anyone who has more sensitive skin. The reason why using more natural ingredients is better for sensitive skin is it's not as likely to get irritated because it's using those more kind of earth-friendly products, if you will. So I'm going to be talking about 3 products today, and I am wearing them and I am going to demonstrate them all for you. The first one we're going to be talking about is the eyeshadow kit, and this is the GETAWAY eyeshadow palette, and it looks like this. It's so pretty, it's so sleek. I love the packaging, and it has 5 shades in it that look like that. And the next product that we're going to be talking about is the So Bronze, and this is their bronzing powder. I believe this is the most popular product from Jane Iredale. I know the majority of the time that I've heard about this brand, it's been from clients coming into my store talking about this bronzer in specific. So I got mine in the shade number 1, and it looks like this. It's this really sleek little round bronzer, and this is what shade number 1 looks like. It's a very warm, sort of shimmery terracotta bronzer. And then the last product we're going to be talking about is the PLAYON lip crayon, and this one is in the shade Naughty, and it looks like this. It's one of those really user-friendly pencils, very similar to Clinique's pencils or NARS pencils. They're just a really easy kind of lip crayon. Okay, so if you guys want to see a demonstration on how I applied all these products to my skin, then keep on watching. So I'm going to get started with the eyeshadow palette, and this is a 5-piece eyeshadow palette. So looking in here, I know I want to use this beautiful golden bronze color. I'm going to definitely make this more of a fall-oriented look, so I kind of want to bring in those like warm golden shades. And then I'm probably going to put this like khaki shade in the crease. Going to deepen out the outer corner with this black here, and then of course we're going to go in and highlight. So let's get started. So I'm going to take this golden shade here, which is called Tea on the Porch, which is a cute name. And I'm going to start applying it to my lid. And okay, I already took too much product, so this is a lot more pigmented than I thought it was going to be, but that's okay. So I'm just packing Tea on the Porch on my entire lid. Basically all the lid space, all the way up to the crease, all the way to the inner corner. Because we're going to go bronzy and golden today. How beautiful is that color? I love that color. So now I'm going to go in with the next shade, which is called Footprints. And oh, super pigmented. I'm getting like fallout everywhere. And I'm just going to turn my brush and apply this into the crease. And I'm going to start on the outer corner there because the outer corner is always the darkest. And I'm just going to start blending that inward. And this is a matte shade, so it's going to create a nice contrast in the crease. But I think those colors go really nicely together. Now I'm just taking a little bit of the black on the very outer corner, which is super pigmented, so be careful with this black shade. And I'm just gonna pat it right on that outer corner, right in that placement, and then I'm gonna go through and blend it out later. Now I'm just taking a clean blending brush, and I'm just going to soften the edges of this black and kind of start bringing it into the crease a bit. I'm gonna be careful though, because this black is really pigmented and really intense, so you don't wanna over blend it. And I'm actually gonna mix these 2 shades together, and we're gonna use that as my highlight shade. Okay, so I've got all these shadows on my eyes now, and I did this really pretty golden, sort of warm coppery gold color all over the lid, and then also below the lower lash line. And then I took this matte kind of khaki color, and I incorporated that into the crease section. And then I deepened out the outer crease using the black right here. And we just add that to the very outer corner, and then I smoked it underneath just a bit under the lower lash line, just on the outside. And then I actually mixed these two highlight shades together, and I use those to highlight my brow bone as well as my inner corner. And this is what the eye looks like. Now I'm gonna go add some liner and some lashes, and we will see what it looks like. Okay, so the eyes are now complete. I added liner and lashes to give me a little bit more drama. It definitely pulls the whole look together. I think anytime you add lashes, it makes a really big difference. And I think it really pulls out those rich golden warm tones in the eyeshadow. And I'm pretty happy about it. So we're gonna move on to bronzer. So this is the bronzing powder, and this one is in So Bronze, and it does have a little bit of a shimmer to it. It doesn't really pick up super strong. It's like a really light shimmer, kind of like every now and then. So I'm not sure how much that's going to transfer onto the skin. Okay, so I'm going to use my Pro Airbrush number 55 powder brush from Sephora, and I'm going to go in lightly with this because if this is anything like the eyeshadow, then a little is going to go a long way. It's a very warm bronzer. It's very terracotta-like, but it's blending really nicely. You know, it's definitely more terracotta, but I wouldn't say it's like orange at all. It's a warmer bronzer, but I don't feel like it's too summery. And I did do a pretty heavy eye, so when I do darker eyes, I really like to do more color in the skin as well, so everything feels nice and even. Okay, so now I'm done bronzing. It's obviously a very warm bronzer, very terracotta. Definitely be careful with it because it does have potential to make you a little too warm, a little orange if you know what I mean. But I do like it. I do like terracotta bronzers because I'm very fair, so I like bronzing up the skin and adding sort of that like summertime glow to my skin. But like I said, just be careful because it is pretty warm, but it blended really well and I actually think it looks amazing. Okay, now for the lips. I'm very excited about this part. This is the PLAYON lip crayon, and this one's in the shade Naughty. It's like a true, like hopefully a darker red. It looks like it's gonna be like a darker kind of oxblood red, but we'll see how it actually transfers onto the lips. So this is the final look. I really like the way that everything came together. I think the rich eye with those nice warm kind of bronzy shades are really beautiful, and it really complements the bronzer that I have on as well, which is that really warm terracotta shade. And then I really like the lip color with it. It's very festive. I think it's perfect for fall, which makes sense because it is the fall collection. And I just think it all ties together very beautifully. I think this is a look that would complement a lot of people during this time of year, and I love the way that everything came together with the lashes. So now that you guys have seen the way that everything applies to the skin, I just want to talk a little bit more in depth about each product. So the eyeshadow kit, I think it's so funny that they call this an eyeshadow kit and not an eyeshadow palette. I think that's so weird. So I do love the presentation of this palette. It's very sleek. I love the color. I love how reflective it is. I think the engraving of Jane Iredale is really quite beautiful. And of course, you've got all the detailing on the back, which is very convenient. The color selection of this palette is beautiful. These shadows go together so effortlessly, and I think it's very easy to see a beautiful fall look with just these 5 shades. These shadows are so insanely pigmented, and they swatch out so beautifully. Those colors are so vibrant, and look at how these swatch out. Oh! So intense, so gorgeous, and I love the way that this highlighter swatches as well. I think it's really nice having that large highlight. It's very convenient for when you're doing your eye makeup that you have that nice large highlight there, because that is the color you tend to run out of the quickest, so I definitely appreciate that. One call out with this palette is I do wish it had a little bit more weight to it. I find that for the price tag, it does feel a little lightweight. It feels a little plasticky. I would have liked to see a little bit more quality kind of in the palette. It's a little like squeaky. You can kind of tell that it's not maybe the highest quality of packaging. This is a gorgeous palette though. I think this is a very quick product to pick up if you're looking for something to amp up your fall routine. If you want something that's gonna give you something a little bit different, especially if you're more of a neutral eyeshadow wearer and you want something that's gonna be a little more sultry for the fall season. And I'm so impressed with how this matte shade swatches. This is a completely matte shadow and it's so pigmented. Like it just swatches beautifully for a matte shadow. But the packaging is very sleek and it's very beautiful. So it has a great presentation and it would be so convenient to travel with how like tiny and cute it is. I respect high-end brands that don't include anything in the palette than the ones that include a sponge applicator. And I know that's kind of harsh, and I know that's just me, but personally, I just don't think that sponge applicators are very useful. And if you're not gonna include a brush, I would have just rather not had this slot here at all. So onto the bronzer. This bronzer has a beautiful packaging as well. This does have a $42 price tag, which is a little bit steep for a bronzer, but it is a higher end line, and you are getting 0.35 ounces of product in here, which is a pretty good amount for bronzer. A call out on the packaging, this one does weigh more, and I do like the presentation, but mine actually arrived broken, and I don't know if that's something that a lot of people are having issues with, but this little sleeve here does kind of pull right off, and the actual lid is a twist on. So the product itself is fine, but the whole like sleeve here just slides right off, which makes it a little inconvenient because when I'm trying to get it off, it's really tricky to kind of twist it open and not just pull off the sleeve altogether. Now, the packaging issue may seem like no big deal to you. You could totally glue it back on and it would be fine, but I did just want to point that out. Now, the product itself looks like it has a lot of shimmer in it. I'll show you guys up close. You can really see a lot of like glitter in this pan. I feel like it looks like it's going to be so shimmery and so glittery on the face, which is so funny because I have the product on all over and there's no shimmer on my skin. Maybe a slight iridescence, but I think that's mostly from my foundation. So it's funny to me that it looks like it has so much shimmer in it, but it doesn't come off on the skin, which I really appreciate because I do prefer more matte to slightly shimmery bronzers. I don't like glitter in my products, especially my face products. I think this bronzer is a beautiful shade and they have a really great color selection as well. So I do love this like really warm terracotta bronzer. It blends so nicely on the skin. It looks so seamless and it looks very effortless on the skin as well. And it was so easy to blend out. So this is a huge hit for me. I love the way this looks and I can see myself using this a lot, especially with how convenient and easy it is to apply. Now for the PLAYON lip crayon, this applied very easily. I really enjoy these pencil applicators because they're so convenient and they're perfect to just throw in your bag because you can easily use them as a liner and a lip color. You don't need a whole bunch of products to create the look you're going for. One call out with this product is I really wish that the color on the packaging matched the true color that comes off. The color on the packaging is a lot deeper. It's a little bit more of that like sexy vampy red and it comes off more as a darker true red. But that's an issue that I've come across with a lot of different cosmetic companies is the color that actually comes off isn't exactly true to color to what the packaging may represent. So I highly recommend always swatching out your products when you're makeup shopping because you never know what the true color is going to be until you actually see it. This product glided onto my lips so effortlessly. It was very easy to work with and it does feel really nice on the lips. It's very hydrating, it feels very moist, and it's very comfortable to wear. I find this product to be very user friendly and I think I would prefer it in more of like a nude or a light pink color just because those are the kind of colors that I find I'm more likely to kind of pop out of my bag and apply to the lips. Whereas with a true red like this, I think you would probably prefer something that's going to have a little more staying power to it and something that's not going to move on the skin. So this color is really nice and luxurious, but it's definitely not transfer resistant. It's gonna come off, it's gonna smudge if you're touching things. So definitely keep that in mind with this product. But that is generally something that you sacrifice when you get such a hydrating lip product. It does feel very hydrating, it feels very luxurious, it feels very moisturized, which some people absolutely love for the fall time. Others, they want something with a little more staying power. So I do wish this would have been a little bit longer wearing, but I understand that's something you sacrifice with moisture. And with that being said, generally lip colors that aren't as transfer resistant and are moisturizing get on the teeth really easily. This product keeps on getting on my teeth all day long. I'm like, hold still. So definitely keep that in mind if you guys are interested in this lip product. It can be a little tricky. So overall, I'm really quite impressed with the Jane Iredale line. I really am impressed that these are mineral-based products because generally the more healthy skincare lines or healthy makeup lines, they tend to be a little bit less high quality in my opinion. I've noticed that with a lot of brands that you are getting those better ingredients, you're kind of sacrificing quality. And I really like that these don't feel like mineral-based products at all. They feel like true luxurious products, even though they're actually better for you. I hope you guys enjoyed this review and demo featuring the Jane Iredale Fall Collection. I had so much fun trying out these products for y'all, and this is actually the first time I've ever used anything from Jane Iredale. So definitely leave me a comment down below if you guys have ever tried anything from this line and what your favorite products were, because I would love to hear what your experience was. Definitely check out my description box down below. I'll have a lot more details about this video and where you guys can follow me on social media. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!